What's going on YouTube? And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the New Balance 1890 Gray Day.
Till the sun just won't rise and heaven's under eyes. I'm living to die for you, there ain't none after you.
So this is a video I've been very excited to make. This is the New Balance 1890 Gray Day, like I just mentioned. Gray Day is a celebration that New Balance does as a brand to celebrate its classic core gray colorway, which really makes up the brand. And now they came out with several pairs. I made a video reacting to each of them if you want to go check that out. But for this video, we are going to be focusing on this 1890 pair. This is the only Gray Day pair I picked up, and I feel like it was the best pair out of the collection. I've been extremely in love with the 1890 as of recently. I have 5 pairs. This is my 5th pair. I have all 3 Bronson pairs, and then I have the Finger Waves from Joe Freshgoods. I love the 1890, but it's so hard to wear sometimes because the colorways that have come out are so aesthetic, they're so electric, so colorful, so bright and bold. It's about time we just get a pretty toned down neutral color that can be worn for day to day, and that's exactly what this pair is. So I'm gonna break this pair down from top to bottom, from comfort, quality, durability, all those good things. I feel like this pair right here is so authentic to the brand and what they're trying to do in today's world. I feel like the silhouette itself is exciting and new, and it feels fresh, and it has that nice tech runner vibe to it. And you throw this gray classic core colorway on it, and it really shows what the brand is in today's world, and I'm a huge fan of it. This pair right here is something special. So the first thing we'll get into with this sneaker is the mesh, which is a nice open hole mesh. It feels kind of thick. I don't know how breathable it's gonna be. I know that like the Bronson pairs have had some pretty breathable mesh on them, as well as the Joe Freshgoods, but this has an open hole mesh with a layer underneath of it, so it's like a double layered mesh, which looks fantastic. I think this is one of the better meshes we've seen on this silhouette and a New Balance model overall. It's definitely going to be breathable. They wouldn't, make a shoe that's not breathable and release it in the summer. So I'm, curious to see how it holds up over time, but I like the way it looks. I like the light color on it, and I like the way it flows through the shoe. The biggest thing on the 1890 is the overlays, which is this like front cage right here, and then you kind of get it in the middle as well. But the overlays make up the shoe. They're what holds the shoe together. They make it sturdy. They make it soft. They really control how the shoe fits on foot. And this one we just get like almost like a synthetic overlay. Nothing crazy, no leather, no nubuck. Just nothing that's like blow your mind crazy. Like we've seen suede on the Bronson pairs. We've seen leather on the Bronson pairs. This pair is just a nice synthetic overlay that just overlaps the shoe. It's, movable and pliable enough, but it's still strong and sturdy enough to keep the shoe silhouette, intact, and the structure of the shoe intact. So I like it for that aspect. It's just gray and black, and you can see the mesh under it. Like the texture of the mesh is actually under the sneaker, which I think is a nice touch. It just really adds layers to the shoe. I like the little droplets on it. I think they look really good. I like that they're 3D and they're raised, and they're not reflective, which is good. I feel like because this is the Gray Day pair, and I feel like this is the most wearable colorway we've gotten, which we'll talk about later, but there's no like huge reflectives on this. Like I've seen like a couple other pairs, they like scream reflectives. So I really like the overlay, and like these little droplets are very neutral, toned down, and wearable for day-to-day life. As much as I love 3M reflectives, this pair looks good without them. Moving to the middle of the shoe, we get another overlay that's more solid. You can't really see through it. It's almost like a plastic, it feels like, and then the end sits on top of that, kind of holding together the shoe. One of my favorite things about the 1890 is how thin this material is between, the tongue and the actual, what keeps your foot in place, the actual shoe. I really love how thin this is, which makes it such a great summer shoe to wear every single day, in my opinion. I think, for me at least, I wear the 1890 almost every single day in the gym, just to work. Everything I do, the 1890 can do. So I'm really glad to finally have a pair that kind of can wear it for each and every activity. But it's so thin and so breathable and so lightweight on the upper that it just feels so good on foot. Moving to the back of the sneaker, you get a nice suede backing with like almost like a chain link mesh underneath. I've actually never seen this material before. It looks like there might be some reflective in there and that thread, which looks really good. You do get reflectives on the back of the shoe, New Balance branding right there. It's just a phenomenal looking back of the shoe. It really finishes it off. I really like how it continues, and I like the suede usage. I really like suede on these shoes. I feel like it adds a premium luxury feel to them, so I'm always gonna be happy when I see suede on any part of the 1890. The tongue is super plush and pliable. It's completely separated from the shoe. It doesn't connect anywhere but here at the top of the shoe. And then obviously you have the little loop in the middle to kind of keep it in place when you're walking. My tongue will drift from side to side when I'm walking. It's just the way my foot bends and moves and as I'm taking my steps, which is fine. I don't mind it at all. It doesn't get uncomfortable. Just sometimes I have to adjust it. I do like that the tongue is, very plush at the top, and kind of the material comes out from underneath and puts it over top, making it very easy for your foot to, bend when you walk. The laces on these pairs are very nice. It's a nice white pair. You only get one set of laces. It's the same color as the midsole, which we'll get into later. But I just really love the laces, how they're flat and they tie super easily. I go up to this second to last hole. Usually, sometimes on my Bronson pairs, I won't touch that hole, but for these ones I do. And for those Bronson pairs, they're all rope laces. So I really do like to have the flat laces in these, like the Joe Fresh Goods, and then this pair as well. So I'm a big fan of the laces. They're nice, thick cotton that feel really good when you tie the shoe up. The sock liner is really premium and nice. You don't see this on a lot of, GR pairs that aren't made models. It's like this rectangular stitched in, like diamond stitching. I don't even know what you would call it. It feels very good on foot, and it's very comfortable and very plush, and it allows you to slide in and out of the shoe pretty well while still feeling secure and tight when you're wearing it. So the color of the upper overall, it's a bunch of different colors of grays, maybe 3 or 4 different colors of gray, but they all blend together so nice with some hints of outlining of black. You get the beautiful white laces paired with the hints of red from the New Balance branding. You get a New Balance logo on the tongue, which looks really good. You get the 1890 in red, and then you get the one on the back. It looks phenomenal. You get 1890 insoles. Overall, the shoe just stands out. It really does. As I know it's gray, but it does speak. It talks. I feel like the shoe does a good job of expressing what New Balance is all about as far as the gray colorway. The midsole pairs perfectly with the gray and the laces and the N. It all ties it together, which I'm a big fan of. I love the way this shoe came together. They could have done 100 different variations of gray for this shoe, but I think they landed on the perfect combinations for what they created on this silhouette. It's such an exciting silhouette itself. There's so much technology involved that throwing a colorway like this on it was not easy. I really don't think it was easy, and they did a great job of making the best of it. Speaking of the midsole, this is probably my favorite midsole from a New Balance right now, other than like the 992. I love this foam that they have, this first layer of foam, which your foot directly connects to. And then you get the Absorb pods. Like I said, I love the color of this foam. And then you get a full length Absorb midsole. A lot of times these pods are these crazy colors. We've seen, yellow, orange, they're just insane. Like blue, pink, anything. We've seen so many crazy colors, but this is just a neutral, that's just what it feels like. It is not even a color. It feels like it's not clear, but it's not white, it's not tan. It's just a color. I don't even know what you would call it. And I think that's what makes this shoe so wearable and what makes it so available for anybody to pick this pair up, because a lot of the pairs, I would agree, aren't for everyone. Like, I'm not gonna wear a lot of the 1890s because the colors are so crazy, but I mean, I still do. But a pair like this, anybody can pick these up. So you get the foam, the Absorb pods, and then you get a stability web underneath, which complete the comfort and make this shoe extremely comfortable, which is one of my most comfortable New Balance sneakers as of right now. I think the 1890 is in my top 5 for day-to-day walking. It is extremely comfortable. Before we talk directly about comfort, I want to go over the outsole. We do get like a speckled outsole. It's very faint, but I have noticed there is some speckles on the outsole, which I think are a super nice touch that really just tie the shoe together. That wasn't necessary, that wasn't needed, but of course New Balance just went that extra mile and picked up some speckles, threw them on the bottom. They're not severe, but they are there. Like I mentioned before, the comfort is insane. This is one of the softest, most smoothest comforts you're gonna get on any New Balance. One of the most comfortable shoes of all time, in my opinion. I wear mine to the gym, I walk on the treadmill, I'll walk around, just this beautiful earth of ours. I'm always in the 1890 just walking. I like my firm New Balances, I like my 992s, I like the smoothness of the V4 of the 990s, the 990 V6, extremely comfortable, the 991 V2, all phenomenal shoes. I don't think you can compare the comfort of this shoe to those shoes because it's so different. I just compared the 1890 to the 1906. I feel like comfort-wise, those are the most comparable, but I just think this shoe is just so soft, so smooth, but still being stable enough to just enjoy. I really love the complete comfort of the 1890. If you want to pick this shoe up, it is $180, which does seem like a pretty penny to pay, but I think it's extremely worth it when you consider the comfort, the material quality, especially on this pair with the suede and the thick mesh with the overlays that really tie the shoe together. I think this is worth every penny. I've said it before and I'll say it again, like, it's gonna be hard to find a pair that's this high quality for cheaper than $180. I'd rather spend $180 on this pair and have it for extremely long because I know these shoes are durable. I've been wearing them all the time. Like, they hold up no matter what materials or overlays are on them. So I'd rather spend $180 once than, you know, $100 twice on a pair of shoes that I'm not entirely in love with. And just because they were $100, you get what I'm saying. Go buy the 1890 and just, when you hit that price point, it's gonna hurt a little bit, and then you get them in the mail and you'll forget all about it. The wearability on this pair is insane. I truly think anybody can wear this. I think you can wear it with anything. I've only worn it like twice around the house with 2 different outfits, like shorts and a t-shirt. I've worn it with like my work stuff with just like pants and a pullout, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I need to wear this every day. It feels professional, I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's such a high-tech running looking shoe, I wouldn't recommend running in this shoe, but I think you could definitely get a lot of steps in on it. Maybe do some light jogging if you really needed to. These are just so great for daily wear with some freshness to it. They really, you know, just excite your life. They make the day better when you wear them. If you like your gray New Balances, this is just something fun to try. I think everybody should try the 1890, no matter what age you are or who you are or what you do for a living. Like, the 1890 is for everyone, in my opinion. Some people say, oh, I just don't know, that shoe's not for me, it's not my silhouette. Totally understand that. It might not be for you, but I think it is. And I think you should at least try it. And I think if you're gonna try a pair, this is the pair to get. You know, when I bought this pair for myself, I was like, I know my dad's been wanting an 1890, so I said, okay, I'm gonna pick him up a pair as well for his birthday. So we'll both be rocking the gray 1890, so be sure to catch those pics on Instagram when we're posted up in the gray day 1890. For sizing, I would go true to size. I think sizing is one of the most important things in this shoe. People say they go a half size down or they go a half size up or whatever. I go true to size in these always. They are a little long, but they're not long enough to where you would need to half size down. I think true to size on this shoe is my 100% recommendation. After having 5 pairs of them, and they're all different materials, I've always felt that true to size feels great. Some people have been able to go a half size down, which is great, but to just be safe, I would go true to size, at least to start. Let's go get an on-foot look, and then we'll come back for the conclusion. I encourage all people to try out this shoe. I think it's one of the most exciting New Balance releases they've done in a long time. They're just combining shoes from the archive and making it a beautiful shoe, and it's phenomenal. I think this pair right here is in my top 5 for sneakers to come out this year. Like, I really enjoy this shoe. You know, I posted a picture on my story of just me when I first got them, and so many people received it so well, they liked it. And I was like, man, like, this is the shoe for the community, in my opinion. I think everyone's gonna wanna grab their pair of these. I hope this video inspired you to get a pair. This is just the gray day New Balance. This is a New Balance shoe. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of the 1890 and of this colorway. Have a great day.